Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the blender. I'm working on these USS Iowa screws, and it's a little more involved than I thought it was going to be. I found out that, let me turn the volume down on my speaker bar just in case. If something comes on and I have the sound bar too loud, then the voice always echoes when I talk. So to avoid that, I turned the volume down because I was listening to I was watching an actual USS Iowa tour video on YouTube just to see what it looks like today. But I found a dry dock photo. This is supposedly the USS Iowa, according to this photo that I found here. And I have another photo referenced on my other screen showing the actual cone part of it at the end, this part. And I got the dimensions off the, I believe it's the Wikipedia page for the USS Iowa. But they say that it's got 2 outer and 2 inner screws. The 2 outer are 4 blades. And they are, and I did this in metric units because when you're designing for 3D printing, it likes millimeters better. It's more accurate with the using metric. So they said that the outer screws were 5.56 meters. And so what I did, and I'll turn the measure tool on here. That is not the measure tool. I do that all the time. 5.56 meters converted to millimeters was 5,560 millimeters. And then I took that divided by 535 because it's a 535th scale model of the ship, and it came out to 10.39 millimeters for the model, for the screws, which is under a little under a ½ inch, I think, for the outer. And then the inner ones are that's 5.18 meters, so it's just a little bit smaller, but as you'll notice, they are 5-bladed on the inside. And then I'm really confused because my USS Iowa model, I'm assuming these are the rudders because it looks like it's hinged. My USS Iowa Atlantis model has one big rudder. So we're not going to be quite accurate. And I've looked at several Iowa class ships photos, the New Jersey, the Missouri, and their photos look the same. They have these two, look like 2 rudders here, and there's a guy there for scale. That thing's huge. And then all of the 3 of the ships that I've seen, photos of the ships I've seen, are the inner ones have the 5-bladed screw, and the outer screw are 4-bladed, like that. So I'm going to go with that, and if it's not historically accurate, then I'm going to blame the internet. But also, too, this is shaped, the Iowa model has this big round bulge right here where these screws would be. It has nothing for this. This has its own structure that comes down, and it goes back alongside here, kind of an L-shaped deal. And I'm thinking of 3D printing that with it. And then I haven't decided yet with this if I'm just going to glue the 5 blades on to where they got the bumps on the model. Probably it's going to be it's going to be sunk down in a resin block anyway, so you're not really going to see you'll be able to see it, but it's going to probably blur it out with the bluish clear resin effect. So it's not going to be perfect, but I kind of like the idea of having the 4 screws on the back of it. And then just going to have one big rudder, because I already glued it on. But anyway, I would like to have the screws on it at least. So what we're going to do here today, we are going to go, and I'm going to go ahead and start building this in a video to show you how I did the M3 Lee. I never really got into detail, I just showed it. Now we're actually going to do it. You'll be able to see the process that I've done for my 3D models to 3D print. I am actually going to switch to Fusion 360, I think, after I learn how to do it a little better. I'm a little more familiar with Blender, but Fusion 360 is an AutoCAD. It's made from the people that do AutoCAD, so high time I learned that. But I'm going to press tab to go to, I don't want this mode. There, I'll unselect that. And I just did a plane and then did a reference photo like I did with the M3 Lee. And I am going to start by making we want a cylinder. We will add a cylinder there, and we will just move this cylinder over to where the prop hub is, and then get it the size that we want to. I've scaled this photo, as you've seen, with the measuring deal, so that the blades would be the 10.39 millimeters that I need. We'll just get this over here like that. And just like with the M3 Lee, it's not going to be perfect match to the photo, but I'm basically getting the shape that I need by doing this. So that is pretty darn close to what we need for let's do a measurement on here. Make sure it's close to, whoop. I wanted it to 2 millimeters, so that's pretty darn close. Actually probably is it, because I have snap to the vertices there. Yep, and by default, I forgot it. Since I have it in millimeters, all these grids are 1 millimeter. But when it spawns a new, when you add a new object, it's usually a 2x2 cube or a 2x2 cylinder, circle, whatever. That's by default that way. I'm going to delete that there. And what I need to do, first of all, is I'm going to go on a side view, like so. I need this to be about 8 millimeters. So I'm going to grab these. That's that one. Red's down there, so I'm going to want to, grab these. No, I don't want to measure stuff. I'll grab these vertices and we are going to bring them down. 4, 6, there. Almost looks like it did it extruded. I didn't want it to extrude them. Actually, that'll work. because no, I'd rather not do that. Let's do an undo. Oh, what is this doing? It's got the image in there. That should not be. And it never fails. Every time I try to record something that isn't a model building video, my phone always goes off. This is interesting. It should not have the image inside there. It should just be a solid, should not be putting the image in everything. Weird. It's put the image in everything. That is neat, but that's not what I want. Well, oh, it paired it to it. That is why. So I'm gonna just delete you. Delete everything. Okay. Let's see if I can't do a better job here. Because I don't think I had that selected. Yes, I did. That's probably what the problem was. So let's go add a mesh which is a cylinder. That time it looked like in the corner here it made it a separate deal, but just to make sure. Yes, now we got a solid object. Perfect. That's what we wanted. So I'm going to zoom that out, go back to top view, and we're just going to move that way out of the way for now, because I'm going to select that object. I'm going to select the picture again. Go back to this view. I need to bring that down. Bring it down to the grid. Perfect. Unselect that. We shall go in wireframe mode. Grab everything here. Good deal. And then now we'll bring it back over here. I do have this set to snap to grid, so that's good. Go up here, and that is our center hub now. How far away are we? Nice and far enough away from the picture. I will go to this mode here, and now I know by this red line my photo's down here, because I want to extrude this down for the length of the main part of the propeller hub. We'll go into wireframe mode and select all that stuff. I want to select, whoops, yeah, I want to go tab, get into this mode. I still have that selected, don't I? So what happens when you don't do stuff for a while? It should be in vertices mode. How come there's no vertices? It says I'm in vertices mode. This is very, very strange. Yeah, it's not showing the vertices. Because as soon as you change to edit mode, it should show all these vertices, and you should be able to select them. Did this plane have the vertices? Yeah. It's got it shared. I do not want to share that. That, I believe, is the issue. They're parented. Now I should see the vertices, but I still don't. This is the weirdest darn thing. Huh. What is up? It showed them before. It's a cylinder. I can grab the whole thing. It's only got one vertice. Now I can see the vertices. They're right there. Honestly, don't know what's going on. But that's what I want. That's what I wanted to grab. They're back. The vertices are back. So we got 1, 2. And we want 2. 3, 4, 5. 8. Unselect that. Alright, that's going to give us that part of it. Excuse me. That I need it. The entire length is 8. I need it to go, we need to go up a couple. The Z. So we're at 6 right now. I want to be at 5. Then, at this point, you're going to want to extrude it on the Z-axis. So that'd be 6. Seven, 8. Alright. Now the reason why I did that is this. I went to scale this so that I get that pointed part of it, the cone shaped portion of it in the front of the propeller hub. I apologize, I don't know the actual terminology for so I might call it a weird name, but we'll scale it. We're just going to scale it in. I think I need to go a little more than that, but that gives the point that I need. Check out the, whoops. I wanted that to be yep, 0.2. It's a little bigger, but maybe I'll see if I can't. Let's go S. Let's go with that. Getting closer. I want a 0.2. A little smaller. But that'll work there. At the size it's going to be when it's printed, it's kind of a minute. I'm going to print this as a solid. No, the infill will be 100%. So I'll be able to fine shape this with some sandpaper to more round it out without it becoming hollow. So I'd rather have to do a little bit of sanding if it doesn't look right than and just like the M3 Lee, it's probably going to take me several prints for it to print out right, but this is a good starting point anyway. So this is our propeller hub. Like that. Almost looks like a shell. There we go. There's that. And now, what I need to do is I'm going to do it as a cube, I think. And this is going to be the fun part. Getting this, I want to get the shape of it. And then after the shape's done, I need to twist it so that it is kind of like doing a little crescent here where it attaches, but then it's kind of, you can see it like it is in the picture. That's going to be the hard part. So let's, like I said, we will go back to here so I don't keep measuring stuff. And select that. Should have unselected everything pretty much. Yeah, I'm thinking I might, I'm going to go even smaller than that. How's that look? Is that a little bit better? That's looking more like a pointed. That'll work. that'll work for now. I'll have to fine tune it. Because it really should be rounded here and then start pointing. And then it shouldn't be, it comes to a point, but it's more rounded in the photo. But I think that's because of this is an abrupt angle here. I'll have to make this round out a little more so that it doesn't look like a big old spike. But there's that, and nothing is selected at the time, right? No, nothing is selected. Bring our picture back. We are going to add a cube. And we'll bring it out. Let's kind of get it lined up where it needs to go on this center hub here first. That'd be a good start. And I need to figure out what I want the width of it's going to be. Let's get this over here. Then, whoop, gotta hold shift down. The side view, like that. Well, not terrible. Let's bring that back over. Nope. Need that mode there and tab to go into edit mode. There we go. Grab these 4 and we're gonna go down. Like that. I'm going to grab all of it because I need to go down a little bit more. Like that. And then let's go ahead and bring it in. Oh, actually, I messed up. Hold on. We need to create the fin itself first. I don't want to stretch this bottom out until I do the twist in it. We need to bring this back up. Do that for now, and then we will bring it in closer. Like I said, we'll build the fin, and then what we'll do is twist the bottom where it needs to be, and then lengthen that base out to where it needs to be on here. That, and that's the start of one of our propeller fins. Let's go back to top view. We are nowhere near it. How did I manage that? Go GY. Like that. And let's bring our photo back. Okay. So what I'm going to have to do here, looks like our base should be from here to here. I'm going to unselect that stuff, go here, and grab these two, like that, go back to the top view, and then let's just move them here, and there, according to the photo. Now I'll unclick those two, and then I'm going to grab this one, and this one, them two, go back to the top view, and then we will go select there, and there. Now I'm going to have to do some what they call loop cuts so that I can shape this around this fin on the photo. So this kind of going like this and then around like that. I will have to do, I gotta go to wireframe mode, otherwise it won't do it right. And I think it's Control R. Yes. So we'll just do a few of those. Toward the top, I'm going to kind of do several of them so I can get greater detail. And how about one more? That is not what I like. Alright, let's do it like that. So now we got them to work with, and I'm basically going to just do the same thing. Starting here, the bottom, I think, and working our way up is what we'll do. If I pull my chair up, I'm hurting my back sitting that way. So now I got to go back. It's a shame you got to go back into this solid mode to see your photo. So we'll unselect those. Let's go ahead and grab these two. I'm just going to move that one. Oh. That. To actually, let's do this. We're going to grab all of these. Could have also done it in faces mode, it would have been quicker. Let's go GY, lift them up a little bit. I think I'll do loop cuts in the top to make the very rounded part on top. Let's do that. Go. Nope. Let's grab these and start making that go where it needs to go. It's a time-consuming process, but this is how I did the, let's go to faces mode. Oh. Grab all these faces. What I wanted to do did not happen. Actually, I do want to go back and grab that one because I didn't go up. Needed to go up with it. Go there, and now let's go back out a little bit. That. Awesome. Now for these, I'm going to have to start heading back in. Well, not that far. So I'm going to grab the vertices. You and you. And now let's go back in. Alright. Our blade is starting to take shape. Select the masses here. And again, it's not a actual head-on photo shot either. It's, as you can see, it's in an angle, but what I'm basically trying to do is get the basic shape of the blade. They're really weird shaped. Especially this other photo I'm looking at is actually one of the photos of the New Jersey's 4-blade bigger screw, and yeah, it's an interesting shape they have. And I'm just trying to mimic it as best I can for the model. I know it's not going to be perfect, but it doesn't have to be. It's better than not having the screws at all. Okay, now thinking I need to start heading in now. No, I need to go further out with you guys. Oh, I do need that selected. I need to go further out. And then I'm going to leave that one where it's at, and I'm going to start bringing this one back in. Then I'll do loop cuts at the top and then extend them up and finish the rounded part of the fin. And let's go in. About there. Okay. So now we kind of got our shape a little bit better. It's looking pretty much like the one on my other picture here. I'm really liking that. So let me go figure out the other view. I want that, but I want flipped. I guess that'll work. We can do it that way. So I'll do loop cuts here, and I don't think I need to worry about the wireframe view. Yeah, because it's going to do it there. So let's go in there. Now I'm going to have to do a ton of them, I think, because it's going to take a bit to round that. Get that rounded out. But there, we can always move them. Move them or add more. That darn phone. Never fails. I was going to switch to the Autodesk Fusion for this video, but then I would have to learn how to do it. And like I said, I've worked with Blender for Had to relearn it. Just about every time I use it, I gotta relearn it, it seems like. I'm very, very forgetful. But there, we have a mess of vertices now. And we can start going and grabbing the top ones. I need to unselect you guys though. Let's start with these two. We will extend those up. The better it looks like. There. You see me going over what I want to do, because I gotta hit shift to fine to move it slower, and sometimes it goes over if I don't do that right away. I said it before and I'll say it again. It's a good thing you can fast forward through YouTube channels. See how it went really slow there? Now it's faster. Just to give a demonstration of that. But this way, if you want to, you know how involved it is. That's kind of why I do these longer step-by-steps, and that way a person knows exactly what it takes to do something like this. It's funny, I can sit down and do stuff like this all day long, but I have no desire to do editing on my videos because I'm afraid it'd take me a year to put out one video because it will never be good enough. Well, we are making a propeller blade for sure. It's starting to look like one. And then I can copy this blade and just paste it all the way around it in the positions that I want, and it saves a lot of time too. But I'm not going to do that until I get my twist in it. And honestly, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. So I think we're just going to make this blade and probably call that this video. So it's starting to get kind of long. It's a 50-minute video already. is after I do all this, I'm still going to have to measure everything out to make sure that the dimensions are correct. So it's a time-consuming process. But there we go. We have the hub and one blade. I'm going to exit out of that. And what I plan on doing is hopefully I can get this. It's got to kind of twist in the right spot. That's getting the twist is going to be the hard part. So let's select this cylinder. Let's just hide this cylinder for right now so we can see all the vertices here. I'm going to go to wireframe mode, do a little bit of turn in here, and I'm going to select all these here. I'll probably end up having to do, let's select you too, all these here. So I'll probably have to start with a rotation. Before I do anything, I'm going to do a save. That way it's saved. That's another thing too. If you ever do work like this, you just notice I'm 52 minutes into this video and I'm just now saving. I recommend saving every 5 minutes because I've had where my program is exited out or something happened and I've lost a lot of work by not saving. So yeah, don't go 52.5 minutes without saving like I just did. But let's try a rotation on this, and I want, which direction do I want it? I want it to rotate that. It actually needs to rotate this way, I think, according to that blade. So let's rotate. I think that's going to work, but I think I need to grab more vertices than that. But that's actually looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and grab all these, and we'll start the twist there. And then we'll select them. Whoop. Go at it a little bit better angle than that. Didn't quite grab all the ones I wanted. There we go. Try to see our twist as we're going here. Okay. Alright, there we go. I should look at this. I got a little too much on that part. Other than that, I don't mind it. Yeah, the first set needs a little bit of work. It's working a lot better than I thought it was. It's going to take a little fine tuning, as they say. Almost got them all. Gonna really exaggerate the bend there. So is that doing what I want it to do though? It is bending it, putting the twist in kind of that I want, but is it going to, oh yeah, it actually does look like it's fairly close to the shape that I want. It's definitely got a twist in it. But I will definitely have to work off camera to get that to the angle and everything that I want. Because I need to be let's go ahead and bring this back. Yeah, I need to be this should have been more down this way, and then I need to extend it almost from here to here. So there's going to be some scaling, some more turning, and everything like that to do. But it's starting to get there. Actually, it kind of bunched everything. And that's another reason why I saved it. Because if this didn't work out, I was going to do it differently. Solid mode. Still pretty much have our shape, but it didn't quite make the didn't quite make the twist that I wanted. And then, like I said, the base should go from about here all the way down to almost like this. Is the way it should be. So, I'm going to have to work on that. But anyway, it gives you an idea of how I use Blender and a image to create the parts I needed for my models. This is exactly what I did with the M3 Lee. And I tell you, it took me a long time to get that perfected. But I'll get it. I'll work with it. And like I said, once I get this one right, just do a copy, do a 180-degree paste, and we'll do a 90-degree paste there, and then another 180-degree paste there, and then we will have the 4-bladed outer screws for the USS Iowa. And then all I'm going to do is, for this one, the 5-blade, I'm going to scale it down to the size that I need. Pretty much move my blades off of the central hub, create a 5th one, and then just make them look like the 5-blade. But they'll be scaled down just a tad, like I said, because these are a little, it looks bigger in the photo because it's further ahead, but these 4 blades are actually bigger than the 5-bladed one, according to the internet. So, but anyways, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. We'll see you guys next time.